When you hear snowstorm, you probably think it's just cold and slippery, right? But in Kamchatka, what fell from the sky wasn't fluffy snow anymore. It was snow as heavy as wet concrete. From around January 12, 2026, a cyclone began locking down Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky. By January 15th, warnings highlighted a deadly mix: wet snow, blizzard conditions, ice buildup, easterly winds at 25 to 30 meters per second, and temperatures hovering around 0 to 2 degrees Celsius. And then, right inside residential areas, rooftop snow slid down. At least 2 people died. So what turned a snowstorm into a real snowpocalypse? Welcome to Global Weather Disasters. Today we'll summarize what happened in Kamchatka, then go deeper into how a winter storm can turn into a deadly urban crisis, and what safety lessons could actually save lives in extreme winter weather. It began around January 12th, when the cyclone pushed snow and wind into Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky in waves. Wind piled snow into high drifts, apartment entrances were buried shut, side streets failed first, then the main roads began to choke. On January 15th, forecasts warned of wet snow, blizzard visibility loss, and ice buildup, with easterly winds around 25 to 30 meters per second. During this same period, at least 2 people were killed by snow falling or sliding from rooftops, and the city declared a municipal state of emergency.
We need help over here! Keep moving! Check out your arms! That's it! Visibility's gone! Stay close to the lights! We're almost through! Watch the light! Over here! This way!
Across January 1st to 16th, total precipitation was summarized at about 163.6 millimeters, around 150% of the monthly norm. Measured snow depth reached about 177 centimeters, and the Nachiki area saw places exceeding 2 meters.
Просто фиксируем немножко. Вот. Человек с 50-го копает. Говорит, никогда так не наметало в этом месте. Метров 5 просто.
The first thing to understand is this wasn't simply snowfall. It was organized snow. A cyclone creates strong pressure gradients and persistent winds, so snow doesn't stay where it lands. Wind redistributes and compacts it, building snow walls at building bases, in courtyards, at corners, and along narrow streets. That's why one block can look buried to the second floor, while another nearby looks far less dramatic. The wind is stacking snow unevenly. When a forecast mentions wet snow, blizzard, and ice build up together, the danger doesn't arrive in one form. It arrives in a cascade. Blizzard conditions crush visibility, making every trip a gamble. Ice buildup turns pavement into glass, increasing crashes and falls, and slowing emergency response. And wet snow adds weight everywhere. It sticks, compacts fast, and loads roofs hour by hour. Temperatures around 0 to 2 degrees Celsius are the sweet spot for wet, sticky snow. Dry snow can be deep but relatively light. Wet snow can look less fluffy. That's why the disaster isn't only about how tall the snow looks, but how heavy it is, where it sticks, and how quickly it loads structures.
Пойду полканусь сюда-сюда.
Millimeters of precipitation usually refer to water equivalent, snow melted into water, then measured. Because snow can be dry and fluffy or wet and dense, converting millimeters into centimeters of snow is only a rough estimate and can vary widely with snow type. In wet snow conditions, the same millimeters may produce a layer that doesn't look extremely tall, but is dangerously heavy. So 163.6 millimeters isn't just about depth. It signals a huge amount of moisture feeding the storm system over many days. The most painful detail is that at least 2 people died from snow falling or sliding off rooftops. With wet snow, accumulation bonds into slabs. When that slab releases, it can come down like a massive, heavy sheet. You might not hear it. You might not have time to react. One step too close to a building edge can become a final moment. In storms like this, the most dangerous place is sometimes not the road in front of you, but the roof above you.
Раз, два, три.
When drifts block apartment entrances and side streets, you can clear main roads and still have neighborhoods locked from the inside. Ambulances can't reach doorways. Snowplows can't maneuver in tight courtyards. A few choke points can jam the entire city network. Add ice buildup and everything slows down. Movement, clearing, rescue, so recovery isn't measured in hours, but in days.
Мій маленький помічник мені допомагав. Відкрив двері, завів. Машина завелася як годинник. Я думав, що акумулятор сядеться, ще щось. А ні, бачите.
Даже полиция вон поменяла себе железных коней на меховых. Да, ребята.
Don't watch only the road. Watch the rooftops. During wet snow periods around 0 to 2 degrees Celsius, avoid walking tight along buildings with heavy roof accumulation and never linger under loaded roof edges. When forecasts mention wet snow, ice buildup, and strong winds, treat it as a chain reaction hazard, poor visibility, extreme slipperiness, isolation, and urban avalanches. And don't judge risk by snowfall totals alone. Watch drifts and blocked access, because that's what slows rescue and turns disruption into disaster. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like to support the channel and help safety information reach more people during winter season. And if you want more dramatic, easy-to-follow disaster explainers, subscribe to Global Weather Disasters. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.